Hi, everyone. Welcome to the It's All for Love podcast. I'm Cheryl Mazza, the healing dancer, your host. This podcast is all about Michael Jackson and how he continues to spread love in our world and inspires us to live our best lives. Thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode. But before we get to the episode, I have a few things that I want to tell you. If you are watching this podcast on YouTube, please make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and also like the video of the episode that you are watching. And I would also love it if you would leave us some comments about how much you loved the episode. If you are listening on any other podcast platform, if you are able to, please subscribe on that platform. And also, what would really help me is if you would leave a review on whatever podcast platform you are listening on. The reviews help the podcast to be more seen and to spread the word to other Michael Jackson fans about the podcast. And as always, I am looking for guests to be on the podcast. So if you would like to be a guest on this podcast and tell your Michael Jackson story, I would absolutely love to chat with you. Make sure to check out the show notes and find the link to click on to schedule a coffee chat with me, or you can email me. The email address is also in the show notes. Thank you again for listening and or watching It's All for Love. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the It's All for Love podcast. I'm Cheryl Mazza, the healing dancer, your host. And today we have the wonderful Dara from Pennsylvania with us. Dara is a junior in college, hoping to work in the music sector of the entertainment industry. She has cerebral palsy and is a wheelchair user. Dara may have a disability, but that doesn't stop her from enjoying life and having fun like everyone else, especially when listening to Michael Jackson music, of course. So welcome, Dara. I'm so excited to have you
Thank you,
on.
Cheryl. It's an honor to be here. Wow.
I know we met a little while ago,
Yes,
virtually.
we did. We
Through,
did.
yes, through other Michael Jackson friends.
Yes. And I found your podcast and I was just coming back to Michael after many years of being away from his music.
Yeah, so it was definitely divinely timed by Michael.
Yeah.
So tell me, when did you first discover Michael Jackson?
Well, we have to go back to my early childhood. I was a baby when he was doing the Dangerous tour in the 90s. So I never got to see him or watch any of his concerts in person. But my father was the one who introduced me to Michael Jackson and the Jackson Five. I was probably like 3 or 4, I think, when I first started listening to them.
Wow.
And my first musical era of theirs that I listened to was the Jackson Five
Okay.
when he was a little boy with his brothers. And I used to sing along to every single song, like in the car. And my parents had this huge Motown 40th anniversary collection. And they had a couple of the Jackson 5 songs, including ABC, I'll Be There. And would sing to every single song that they sang. And my dad said, "Hey, you sound like the little Michael Jackson."
I love that. I love that.
And I'll Be There has a special personal meaning for me. When I was little, when I was going through a rough day in my life, or when I would come home from physical therapy, I would put on I'll Be There, and Michael would just comfort me. And it was like he was there saying, "Hey, Dara, it's okay. I've got you, girl."
That's right. Yeah. He's very good at that through his music. Oh, I love that story. Well, thank you so much. So tell me a little bit then about how you came back to him recently.
Well, I was listening to other music for many years, like the Beatles and other people that worked with Michael. Like I saw Paul McCartney, who worked with him on stage. But then in 2018 or 2019, before the COVID pandemic, I went to a jazz concert with my parents in my home state of Pennsylvania, and it was with Richard Elliott Haas and a few other jazz musicians that my parents listened to growing up, and they played their music for me when I was little. And one of the songs that Richard Elliott did in the set was Earth Song. And I was like, huh? I was listening to the song and I was like, who sings this? Where have I heard this before? And Dad, who was sitting next to me, said, your childhood crush, Michael Jackson, wrote and sang this. When we get home, Dara, go onto YouTube, search for Michael's Earth Song, and listen to him sing it. You're going to love it. So when we got home from the concert, I rushed to my computer. I searched Earth Song and I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to go back to Michael. But it wouldn't be until after the COVID pandemic, like another 2 years in 2022, I would come back. And then in July of that year, I put on This Is It for the first time and I started crying. And not only because now that he's gone and that we've lost him, but I felt like I had missed out on a lot and I wanted to be there for him during the trials and everything, but I felt kind of sad that I wasn't there.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I'm sure that it all happened the way that it was supposed to happen. You know, he comes back. If he leaves your life, he comes back into your life at the exact point that you need him.
Yeah, it was 13 plus years after his death that I came back. And I left him in 2001 when I was 11, I think. And it now, after the COVID pandemic, seemed to be the right time. And Heal the World was spinning through my head.
Mm. Yeah, that's such a great song, especially for now and even then. How has Michael Jackson inspired you throughout your life?
Well, he has inspired me to continue to give back to others. My parents taught me from an early age to give back to others and to spread kindness and love. And that's what he was all about as well. And
Yes.
whenever I see kids, when I'm out in the world, I always think of Michael like little kids because I know how much he loved children.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have that giving spirit like Michael does. You're a beautiful soul, just
And
like
my
him.
middle name is the female version of his name, which means who is like God.
Wow. Very nice. Do you ever have, I'm sorry, what you're gonna say?
So it was meant to be.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you ever have Michael Jackson synchronicities? I know you do.
Oh yes, all the time. Like I said, whenever I'm having a rough day, he shows up, and whenever I'm in the car, he comes on, or when I'm in a restaurant, like one of our favorite local restaurants, they always play Michael for me every time I come in through the door. So it's like every time I come in, they're like, okay, let's put on Michael for her, and he's right there
Very nice.
going out to eat with me.
Yes, yes. And I know he always shows up in the car for you on the way to and from places, always.
And I have a picture of him on my phone and on my computer. So he's everywhere.
Yes, yes. So we both recently just saw the Michael Jackson musical. So
Yeah.
tell me about it. What did you think?
Oh, it was so awesome. It was so awesome. I really like seeing the making of the Dangerous tour and how they did the flashbacks in his life. It was really cool to see. And I really like that one scene of him as a little boy with his mom singing I'll Be There. I thought that was really sweet
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it showed Catherine said like she was always there for Michael when Joseph was rough.
yeah.
And it brought me flashbacks of when I was a little girl and how Michael comforted me that way.
It was a very interesting show. It was amazing.
And I got to meet the cast afterwards too. That they were really nice.
Yeah, did you get to meet them all or?
Just some of them. I got to meet the guy who played Rob and Joseph. I got to meet middle Michael. Like I got to meet Jordan, who played the adult Michael. He was nice.
Nice. I bet they are.
Yes, they were so sweet. And now Jordan keeps in touch with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I also follow Miles Frost, the
Okay.
original lead who just came back from London. You should have him on your podcast.
I should. I might have to reach out to see if he will respond.
Yeah, he's been a huge inspiration to me as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've heard a lot of great things about him. I wish I could have seen him perform.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe that he's only 25 years old.
I know. Such a baby.
Yeah, and I heard that he's also going to sing another Michael song at an event, and he's going to do Michael's favorite song, Smile.
Oh, yeah, that's a great song. That song always makes me cry.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to do it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
What did you like about the show?
Um, oh gosh, I loved it all. I'm trying to think of like my favorite moments. I of course loved like the dancing because my dream was to be a dancer for Michael Jackson. So I always was paying attention to the dancers on the stage and what they were doing. And of course, that was spectacular because Michael Jackson dancing is amazing. Um, what else? I also really loved that song, I'll Be There.
I also
Uh,
like the way that they did Human Nature
oh, yeah, yeah. That was really good.
with him and Rachel.
Yes. Yeah.
My
Uh,
father said the only thing that would have been better was to see Michael himself. And he liked the part when they did the toaster, when Michael flies in the air
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
lands on his feet. I later sent a clip of the real Dangerous tour to my dad so that he would see it. And he was like, whoa, he was surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I saw that on the Dangerous tour for the first time, watching the video, obviously. And to know like the story behind it with the musical was great. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw the whole Dangerous tour afterwards, like a few nights after, and I was like, oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
So good. It's one of my favorite.
I was like, I can't believe I missed all that. And I was only, what, like two, I think?
Yeah, but you probably wouldn't have remembered if you watched it at two.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely great to watch when you're older because you see everything, and then if you go back and watch it, you'll find stuff that you missed. So,
Yeah. And my dad used to play off the wall when he was in college, and they would play it in the clubs that he
yes,
went to, so it brought back a lot of memories for him.
yeah, that's a great album. I love it. Do you have a favorite Michael Jackson song?
Oh, yes, yeah. Human Nature.
Oh, okay.
And I also like The Lady in My Life because I would imagine Michael singing that to me. And I have a few other favorites. I also like Man in the Mirror because that's my feel good song. Whenever I have a rough day, I put it on.
Nice.
And I also like I Just Can't Stop Loving You because that would have been our love theme.
Yes. Yeah.
I wanted to date Michael when I was little.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's a good-looking man and very talented, obviously.
Yes,
Do you have a favorite music video?
yes. I used to be scared of it, but I like it now. Thriller. It used to freak me out as a child.
Me too.
I was so scared when he did the eyes stuff, but
Yep.
now I'm trying to learn how to do the zombie dance.
Yeah. So we can do Thrill the World.
Yeah,
What do you want the world to know about Michael Jackson?
I want them to know that he was just a regular person and not just to know him as an entertainer because see him for just Michael, not just as the king of pop or for a great performer. I just see him as Michael.
I often say I wish people would research him more and look into who he was as a person besides the entertainer because
Yeah.
you'll fall in love.
My dad is the other moonwalker in the family with Mabe. My mom likes some of his songs because he grew up with some of them, and he
Hmm.
didn't like what the media did to him, and she doesn't believe all that stuff.
Good. Yeah. Well, that was all fake news. So
Yeah, I feel the same way, and so does my dad.
good. Yeah. A lot of us moonwalkers do. All of us moonwalkers do. How does Michael continue to spread love in your world?
Well, he continues to spread love in the my world through his music, and whenever I give back to others in the community, I can't help but think of Michael and stuff.
Awesome. So he inspires you to be the love in the world.
Yeah, and he inspires me to continue to make the world a better place as he sang and healed the world.
Yes. I love it. Was there anything else that you want to talk about or say about Michael?
I'm trying to learn how to do the moonwalk, but it's pretty hard.
Yeah. Moonwalk. The moonwalk is difficult.
Forgot to tell you, I got the Bad album at the show. So now I have more Michael albums. I don't have Dangerous yet or History. So those are next
Okay.
and Off the Wall.
Yeah, yeah. So you're collecting the CDs or
Yeah, yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna look. I've got Thriller and Invincible and the Essential Michael Jackson and a Jackson 5 CD, but that's about it.
nice. Yeah. Dangerous is my favorite album. Um, I love the cover of Dangerous because it's just his
Yeah.
eyes.
My dad listened to Will You Be There for the first time and he loved it.
Yeah, that's one of my go-to songs when I need Michael.
He couldn't believe how spiritual it sounded. He was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, with the choir and all. It's amazing.
And he liked the little poem that Michael says at the end. And then I saw Free Willy, the movie where it's from, and I
Yeah.
saw how it tied in with the movie.
How did you like that movie?
It was cute and it made me cry at the end.
Yeah, I remember it.
I wanted Willie to stay with Jesse, or I was wishing that Michael would show up and be playing with Willie and Jesse.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a great scene? Well, anything else you want to share with us?
No, it's just that Michael lives on forever, and I hope to see a Michael tribute soon, like a Michael impersonator. We rarely have good Michael impersonators come around here.
Yeah, I know. I know. I hope that Rodrigo teaser comes back around.
Yeah,
There
I
should.
want to see him and Billy. I've seen some of his videos, and he looks amazing.
Yeah, I saw him last year. He is amazing. So if I hear of him, I will let you know and we will make plans to go because he is amazing. And
Yeah,
hopefully I can have him on the podcast someday.
yeah.
There's a lot of other amazing ones too. Their names are escaping me right now. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dara,
Thank
for
you.
chatting with me about our favorite person, Michael.
Yeah,
It's been fun and hopefully we'll have you back on.
definitely. And let's just say I'm never leaving Michael for this long ever again.
I'm sure he won't let you.
Nope, I'm stuck with him.
That's right. We are stuck with him. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone, for listening. And it is all for love.
It's all for love.
Bye.
Bye.